Today's defense news, the highlights. Indian Navy's third warship visits Casablanca within a year. ISRO's SpaDEX mission, ISRO's space docking mission set for groundbreaking launch. Bangladesh reportedly seeks Pakistan's Hatf-II Abdali SRBM with up to 200 kilometers range. Indian Air Force set to field locally produced Israeli Crystal Maze 2 missiles. Steel cutting for Indigenous submarine AIP system at L&T Hazira. In the global highlights, Austria signs deal to acquire 12 Italian Leonardo M346FA advanced jet trainer fighter aircrafts, and US and Japan forge powerful defense alliance to counter China's rising threats. The news in detail. INS Tushil, the new commissioned multi-role stealth-guided missile frigate of the Navy, arrived at Casablanca of Morocco, a maritime nation that holds a unique geographical position with coastlines along both the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean. In the past 12 months, three Indian Navy ships, Tabar, Tarkash, and Sumedha, visited Casablanca, highlighting the mutual trust and interoperability between navies of India and Morocco. The visit by INS Tushil seeks to further explore avenues for collaboration between the two sides. During this 2-day visit, the crew of Tushil would engage with the Royal Moroccan Navy personnel at the functional level and host senior officials and other guests, aiming to strengthen naval cooperation, diplomatic ties, and foster goodwill. Both the navies will engage in a passage exercise at sea to improve interoperability and share the best practices. ISRO is set to end 2024 with a groundbreaking leap in space exploration. On 30th of December at 9:58 p.m., ISRO will launch its highly anticipated SpaDEX mission aboard the PSLV C-60. SpaDEX mission is a cost-effective technology demonstrator mission for the demonstration of in-space docking using two small spacecrafts launched by PSLV. SpaDEX will involve the launch of two identical satellites, the Chaser and the Target, each weighing approximately 220 kilograms, and will be placed in a 470-kilometer low Earth circular orbit with a 55-degree inclination. It also includes experiments with microgravity using the PSLV's fourth stage. Now let's see the details about this mission. The SpaDEX mission consists of two small spacecrafts to be launched by PSLV C-60 independently and simultaneously into a 470-kilometer circular orbit at 55-degree inclination with a local time cycle of about 66 days. The demonstrated precision of the PSLV vehicle will be utilized to give a small relative velocity between the target and the chaser spacecraft at the time of separation from the launch vehicle. This incremental velocity will allow the target spacecraft to build a 10 to 20 kilometer inter-satellite separation with respect to chaser within a day. At this point, the relative velocity between the target will be compensated using the propulsion system of the target spacecraft. At the end of this drift arrest maneuver, the target and chaser will be in the same orbit with identical velocity but separated by about 20 kilometers, known as far rendezvous. With a similar strategy of introducing and then compensating for a small relative velocity between the two spacecrafts, the chaser will approach the target with progressively reduced inter-satellite distances of 5 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers, 500 meters, 225 meters, 15 meters, and 3 meters, ultimately leading to the docking of the two spacecrafts. After successful docking and indigenization, electric power transfer between the two satellites will be demonstrated before undocking and separation of the two satellites to start the operation of their respective payloads for the expected mission life of up to 2 years. Now, what are the new technologies that have been used in this mission? Let's have a look. Docking mechanism. a suite for 4 rendezvous and docking sensors, power transfer technology, indigenous novel autonomous rendezvous and docking strategy, inter-satellite communication link for autonomous communication between spacecraft, incorporated with inbuilt intelligence to know the states of the other spacecrafts. GNSS-based novel relative orbit determination and propagation processor to determine the relative position and velocity of the other spacecraft. Simulation testbeds for both hardware and software design, validation, and testing. Some geopolitics news. Bangladesh has reportedly approached Pakistan to acquire short-range ballistic missile, specifically the Hatf-II Abdali, according to an Indian intelligence report. The Abdali SRBM, known as Hatf-II within Pakistan, is a tactical ballistic missile designed for battlefield use with a range of up to 200 kilometers. While this range is limited, it is sufficient to reach several key cities in India's northeast. The Abdali, developed by Pakistan's Space Research Commission, has been in service within the Pakistan Army, providing a quick reaction capability in tactical scenarios. The Air Force is set to significantly enhance its precision strike capabilities with the local production of the Israeli developed Crystal Maze II missile, also known as ROCKS. This medium range ballistic missile, already integrated into Su 30 MKI, MiG 29 UPG, and Jaguar aircrafts, represents a major advancement in air to surface strike capabilities. The Crystal Maze II is designed for high precision strikes against critical enemy infrastructure and assets. With a range exceeding 250 kilometers, it allows the Air Force to engage targets from a safe distance, minimizing their exposure to enemy defenses. Crucially, the missile is engineered to operate effectively in GPS-denied environments, a vital capability in modern warfare where adversaries may employ electronic warfare or anti-access aerial denial strategies to disrupt satellite navigation systems. Bharat Electronics will undertake the production of the Crystal Maze II. The steel cutting ceremony of the Indigenous Air Independent Propulsion System at Larsen and Toubro Hazira facility was inaugurated by Dr. Samir Kamath, Chairman DRDO. The technology is being manufactured at Hazira facility following a successful technology transfer from DRDO to L&T Precision Systems and Engineering. In some global news, Austrian government announced the acquisition of 12 Italian Leonardo M346 FA advanced jet trainer aircraft, which will replace the aging Saab J105 fleet, which has been in service with the Austrian Air Force for several decades. The deal was executed under a government-to-government agreement with Italy. United States and Japan have taken a significant step to reinforce their security alliance in the face of an increasingly severe strategic and nuclear threat environment. On 26th of December, the US Department of Defense announced the formulation of the Guidelines for Extended Deterrence, a document aimed at enhancing the ability of both nations to prevent potential adversaries from taking aggressive actions such as launching an attack or starting a conflict while promoting stability in the Indo-Pacific region. The concept known as deterrence is a strategic approach in defense and security that seeks to dissuade adversaries from acting by convincing them that the cost or consequence of aggression would far outweigh any potential benefits. Deterrence can involve threats of retaliation or measures that take success for the adversary highly unlikely. Extended deterrence specifically refers to a nation's commitment to defend its allies, leveraging a combination of military capabilities, including nuclear and conventional forces and strategic policies. That's the news for today. We hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you.